Yo, what's up everyone? It's Sindra. So, you're thinking about moving to Norway, huh? The land of fjords, Vikings, and, well, some pretty shocking realities. Yeah, you heard that right. Look, Norway is beautiful, no doubt. We're talking epic landscapes, clean cities, the northern lights, the whole 9 yards. I mean, it's basically Instagram heaven, but it's not all sunshine and mountain views. There are some things they don't tell you in the brochures. Things that hit me like a ton of bricks when I first moved here. And trust me, I learned the hard way, but don't sweat it, I got you. In this video, I'm breaking down the top 5 things I wish I knew before packing my bags and hopping on that plane to Norway. Stick around because this is some need-to-know info. Alright, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The cost of living in Norway. Brace yourselves, people. Because it's not for the faint of heart. We're talking one of the most expensive countries in the world, folks. It's not just a rumor, it's a reality that hits hard. I'm talking groceries that'll make your jaw drop with prices that seem almost surreal. Rent prices that'll have you questioning your life choices, wondering if you should have chosen a different path. And don't even get me started on dining out. It's an experience that can leave your wallet feeling significantly lighter. Seriously, a simple dinner date can turn into a major financial setback, making you rethink your dining habits. Think a $5 cup of coffee is a myth? Think again, it's a common reality here. And a casual meal at a restaurant? Be prepared to shell out at least $25 to $50, and that's if you're lucky. Sometimes it can be even more. And if you're set on living in Oslo or Bergen, two of the most popular cities, let's just say, get ready to kiss your savings goodbye. The cost of living here is no joke. I remember when I first got here, I went to grab a coffee and a pastry thinking it would be a quick, cheap bite. Man, was I wrong. It was a wake-up call. That little snack set me back almost 20 bucks. It was a shock to the system. I learned my lesson real quick. You have to be prepared and budget wisely if you want to survive here. Okay. Before you have a panic attack and start selling all your possessions, there are ways to survive in Norway without going completely broke. Trust me, I've become a master of frugality. First and foremost, become best friends with budget supermarkets like Rema 1000 and Coop. These places are lifesavers, seriously. They've got decent prices on essentials, and you can actually find some good deals if you know where to look. Another pro tip: buy in bulk whenever possible. Whether it's rice, pasta, beans, whatever, stocking up will save you money in the long run. Plus, it's less trips to the store, which is always a win in my book. But the real game changer? Cooking at home. I know, it sounds obvious, but seriously, eating out in Norway is a luxury, not a necessity. Get yourself a good cookbook, watch some YouTube tutorials, and channel your inner chef. I'm telling you, these simple tips can save you hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars over time. And hey, maybe you'll even discover a hidden talent for cooking. Another tip is to plan your meals ahead of time. This way you can make a shopping list and stick to it, avoiding impulse buys. Use apps to compare prices and find the best deals. Technology can be your best friend in saving money. And if you have a bit of space, consider growing your own herbs or small vegetables. It's fun and can save you a bit more. Remember, it's all about making smart choices and being a bit creative. You can live well without breaking the bank. Now, I'm not saying you have to live like a hermit and never enjoy a meal out. It's all about finding a balance, you know? Treat yourself every once in a while, but be mindful of your spending. One thing I like to do is prioritize experiences over material things. Norway is full of incredible natural beauty, and a lot of it is completely free to enjoy. Go for a hike, explore the fjords, have a picnic by the water. You don't need a ton of money to make amazing memories. And hey, if you do decide to splurge on a nice dinner or a night out, make it count. Choose a place that's truly special, something you'll remember long after you've left. The bottom line is, living in Norway on a budget takes some effort, but it's totally doable. Just be prepared to make some adjustments, be smart about your spending, and embrace the art of the deal. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The cost of living in Norway can be a real shock to the system. But here's the thing. There's a certain quality of life here that's hard to find elsewhere. The healthcare system is top-notch, the education system is excellent, and the work-life balance is incredible. Plus, the nature here is just mind-blowing. It's hard to put a price tag on that. So yeah, you might be paying more for your groceries, but you're also getting clean air, safe streets, and stunning scenery right outside your doorstep. It's all about perspective, right? At the end of the day, only you can decide if the cost of living in Norway is worth it for you. But hopefully, now you have a better understanding of what to expect, and you can make an informed decision. Alright, let's talk about the weather in Norway, because buckle up, it's a wild ride. I'm talking about some next-level seasonal changes that'll leave you wondering if you've stepped into another dimension. We're talking long, dark winters where the sun barely peeks over the horizon, and I'm not exaggerating. Especially up north, you can experience months of almost complete darkness. It's enough to make anyone go a little stir-crazy. But then, just when you think you can't handle another minute of darkness, bam! Summer hits, and it's like someone flipped a switch. We're talking endless daylight, thanks to the midnight sun. Seriously, the sun doesn't set for weeks on end. It's amazing and completely disorienting at the same time. Imagine trying to sleep when it feels like midday outside, 24/7. I remember my first winter in Norway. I was completely unprepared for the darkness. It was like living in a perpetual twilight zone. But then I experienced my first summer with the midnight sun, and it was like a whole different world. Now I'm not gonna lie, the lack of sunlight during the winter months can be tough. And I'm not just talking about missing out on a tan. It can actually have a real impact on your mental health. Seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, is a real thing, and it affects a lot of people in Norway. The symptoms can range from feeling down and lethargic to experiencing full-blown depression. But don't worry, there are ways to combat the winter blues. Light therapy lamps are a lifesaver, literally. They mimic natural sunlight and can help regulate your mood. Trust me, I have one in every room. And then, there's the great outdoors. Even though it's cold and dark, getting outside for even a short walk can make a world of difference. Bundle up, grab a friend, and soak up those precious rays of sunlight. Of course, if you're really struggling, don't hesitate to reach out for professional help. There's no shame in taking care of your mental health, especially during those long winter months. Okay, so we've talked about the challenges of winter, but summer in Norway has its own set of quirks too. Namely the whole never-ending daylight thing. I know, it sounds amazing, and it is. Don't get me wrong, but it can also be a bit of an adjustment. Like, how do you know when it's time to sleep when the sun is still shining bright outside? And then there's the whole FOMO, fear of missing out factor. When the sun's up for 24 hours, there's always something going on. Festivals, concerts, parties, it's like the entire country turns into one big celebration. Which is awesome, of course, but it can also be exhausting. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement and forget to take a break. Trust me, I've been there. Pro tip, invest in a good sleep mask. Seriously, it's a game changer when it comes to getting a good night's sleep during the summer months. And don't be afraid to say no to plans and prioritize your rest. Look, the weather in Norway is definitely not for everyone. It's extreme, it's unpredictable, and it can be a real challenge at times. But it's also part of what makes this country so special. The dramatic shifts in seasons, the long days and nights, the feeling of being connected to the natural world, it's all part of the experience. And trust me, once you've survived a Norwegian winter, you can pretty much handle anything. You learn to appreciate the small things like a sunny day or a warm breeze. So embrace the extremes, invest in some good weather gear, and get ready for an adventure, because that's what living in Norway is all about. Alright, so we've talked about the cost of living, we've talked about the weather. Now let's dive into something a little deeper, a little more Norwegian. I'm talking about the culture, the vibe, the unwritten rules that make Norway, well, Norway. And trust me, there are a few things that might surprise you. First up, let's talk about Janteloven. It's this unwritten social code that basically says, don't think you're better than anyone else. No bragging about your accomplishments, no showing off your fancy car, just chill, be humble, and blend in. It might seem strange at first, especially coming from a culture that often celebrates individuality, but it's all about keeping things equal and down to earth. Now, Norwegians are super friendly, don't get me wrong, but they also really value their personal space, like really value it. Don't be surprised if you don't see a ton of PDA on the streets or if people seem a little reserved at first. It's not that they're being rude, it's just their way. Think of it like an invisible force field around everyone. Once you break through that initial barrier though, you'll find some of the most genuine and loyal friends you'll ever meet. It just takes a little time, you know? One thing I really appreciate about Norwegians is their politeness. It's not just about saying please and thank you, it's ingrained in their everyday interactions. Like holding the door open for strangers, waiting your turn in line, basic stuff, but they do it consistently. Speaking of politeness, here's a pro tip. When you're invited to someone's home in Norway, take off your shoes. It's considered good manners and shows respect for their space. Trust me, you don't want to be the person walking around with their dirty shoes on. Section 4. Embrace the differences. Look, I'm not gonna lie, adjusting to a new culture can be challenging. There are going to be moments when you feel lost in translation, or you accidentally commit a social faux pas. But that's all part of the adventure, right? The key is to embrace the differences, be open-minded, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Norwegians appreciate it when you try to understand their culture, and they're usually more than happy to share their customs and traditions. So go out there, make some friends, and immerse yourself in the Norwegian way of life. You might just be surprised at how much you learn and grow along the way. Alright, so you're in Norway, land of the fjords, Vikings, and surprisingly good English speakers. Yeah, most people here speak English. You can get by, order food, maybe even have a basic conversation. But let me tell you, speaking English in Norway is like using the training wheels on a bike. It works, but you're not really experiencing the real deal. You're missing out on the nuances, the humor, the connections you can only make when you speak the local language. Trust me, learning even a little bit of Norwegian changes everything. It's like unlocking a secret level in a video game. Suddenly you're not just a tourist passing through, you're engaging with the culture on a deeper level. You're showing respect, you're showing you care. And that, my friends, makes all the difference. It's the difference between observing a culture and truly experiencing it. And who knows, maybe you'll even impress some locals with your Norwegian skills. Now I know what you're thinking. Learning a new language, that's hard, I'm too busy. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be a massive undertaking. You don't need to be fluent in a month. Just start small. There are tons of free resources out there that make learning Norwegian fun and accessible. Duolingo, Babbel, Memrise, these apps gamify the learning process so it feels less like studying and more like, well, playing a game. And hey, if you're more of a visual learner, YouTube is your best friend. There are countless channels dedicated to teaching Norwegian, with everything from basic grammar lessons to pronunciation guides. The point is, there's no excuse not to at least try. Dedicate just 15 minutes a day and you'll be surprised how quickly you pick things up. I'll be honest, when I first moved to Norway, I leaned on my English a little too much. I figured, hey, everyone speaks English, I'll be fine. And for a while I was, but something was missing. I started feeling like an outsider looking in. I couldn't fully participate in conversations, I struggled to understand the humor, and I felt a real disconnect from the culture. It was frustrating to say the least. That's when I decided to take the plunge and enroll in a local language course, and let me tell you, it was a game changer. Not only did my Norwegian improve drastically, but I also met a ton of amazing people and gained a whole new appreciation for the culture. So, you're probably wondering, did all that language learning actually pay off? Let me put it this way. The other day I was at my favorite coffee shop in Oslo, and I decided to order my usual, a double espresso in Norwegian. Now, ordering coffee might not seem like a big deal, but for me, it was a small victory. I said in kaffe takk, which means, one coffee please, and the barista looked at me surprised and said, wow, your Norwegian is really good. That simple interaction, that feeling of being understood, of connecting with someone in their native language made all the effort worth it. It's those little moments that make you realize the power of language learning. It's not just about memorizing words and grammar rules, it's about bridging cultural gaps and building meaningful connections. Okay, let's talk about one of the best things about Norway, the incredible outdoor lifestyle. Norwegians have this concept called Friluftsliv, which basically translates to open-air life. It's all about embracing nature, connecting with the outdoors, and just getting out there and experiencing the beauty of this country. And trust me, the beauty is unreal. We're talking majestic mountains, pristine fjords, sparkling lakes. It's like something straight out of a postcard. You can't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder when you're surrounded by this kind of natural splendor. But Friluftsliv isn't just about admiring the scenery, it's about being active, challenging yourself, and feeling truly alive. Whether it's hiking, biking, kayaking, skiing, or just going for a walk in the woods, there's an outdoor activity for everyone here. And the best part? You don't need to be a seasoned adventurer to enjoy it. There are trails and activities for all skill levels, so you can start slow and gradually work your way up to more challenging adventures. Now I know what you're thinking. Norway's great if you're into extreme sports and scaling mountains, but what if I'm more of an indoor enthusiast? Don't worry, I got you covered. Friluftsliv is all about finding what works for you. It's not about pushing your limits or proving anything to anyone. It's about getting outside, breathing in the fresh air, and enjoying the simple pleasures of nature. Maybe that means finding a scenic spot for a picnic lunch, reading a book by the water, or simply going for a leisurely stroll in the park. It doesn't have to be complicated. The point is, there are endless ways to embrace Friluftsliv, no matter your fitness level or outdoor experience. So, get out there, explore, and discover your own personal slice of Norwegian nature. Now before you head out on your grand Norwegian adventure, there's one crucial thing you need to remember. This is a country with 4 distinct seasons, and each season brings its own unique weather challenges. In the summer, you might be basking in the glorious midnight sun one minute and getting caught in a sudden downpour the next. And don't even get me started on winter. We're talking sub-zero temperatures, snowstorms, and limited daylight. But hey, don't let a little thing like unpredictable weather deter you. The key is to be prepared. Invest in high-quality, weather-appropriate gear. Think waterproof jackets, warm layers, sturdy hiking boots, and you'll be ready to tackle whatever Mother Nature throws your way. Here's a little secret about Norwegians. They might seem reserved at first, but get them talking about their favorite hiking trail or skiing spot, and you'll see a whole new side of them. Friluftsliv is more than just an activity here. It's a way of life, a shared passion that brings people together. And one of the best ways to experience this sense of community is to join a local hiking group or outdoor club. Not only will you discover hidden gems and secret trails that you'd never find on your own, but you'll also meet like-minded people who share your love for the outdoors. It's a fantastic way to make new friends, improve your Norwegian skills, and create memories that will last a lifetime. So, there you have it. 5 things I wish I knew before moving to Norway. These insights have been invaluable in navigating my new life here. It's been a wild ride, full of ups and downs, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. Every challenge has been a lesson, and every triumph, a cherished memory. This country has challenged me, surprised me, and ultimately, stolen a piece of my heart. The landscapes are like something out of a dream, and the people, warm and welcoming. From the eye-watering cost of living to the breathtaking natural beauty, every aspect of life here is an adventure in itself. From the language barrier to the incredible outdoor lifestyle, adapting to Norway has been a journey of growth and discovery. Norway is a land of contrasts. The modern cities blend seamlessly with the untouched wilderness, creating a unique living experience. It's a place that will push you out of your comfort zone, encouraging you to embrace new experiences and challenges. It will make you question everything you thought you knew, opening your mind to new perspectives and ways of life, and leave you forever changed. The experiences you gain here will shape you in ways you never imagined. If you're looking for an adventure, a journey that will test your limits and reward you with unforgettable memories, a chance to experience a different pace of life where tranquility and excitement coexist, and discover a part of yourself you never knew existed, then Norway might just be the place for you. The stunning landscapes and rich culture are waiting to be explored. So, what are you waiting for? Pack your bags, book that flight, and get ready for the adventure of a lifetime. The journey ahead is filled with endless possibilities and new experiences. Oh, and before you go, make sure you're prepared for the unexpected. Don't forget to hit that like button, it really helps out the channel. Subscribe to my channel for more travel tips and expat adventures, and stay tuned for more exciting content. Let me know in the comments below what you're most excited to experience in Norway. Your feedback means a lot to me. See you in the next video. Until then, happy travels and take care.